Going to get a start here shortly. I guess before we do, Rachel, who's your tip to win tonight?
Oh, look, I think it's a tough one, but I think I'm going to go with South. You know, they've had a strong start, but I think they'll certainly be challenged by North tonight.
It's hard to go past the home team. Oldswager in the ruck for North Adelaide. McKinnon for the Panthers. Oldswager gets the early win. Kavoris head down over the footy, took it nicely. Got a handball out. Quick kick towards half forward for the Panthers, was well trapped, but a very nice tackle on that occasion there by Howe for the Roosters has resulted in a free kick to Kendall Howe at defensive 50. So North come back towards this clubroom wing. Chance for McKinnon for South Adelaide. Diving in there, Davies trying to get a handball out for the Roosters. Quick little give came out from Brockhurst. Tynan's got it now for North. Hurried the kick towards half forward. South trap it, and they should get some run here off half back through the agency of Campbell as the Panthers come towards half forward. A nice strong mark taken there by Kirk. So Jess Kirk with the footy at left half forward for South Adelaide, goes long into the 50. Ball off hands. Chance now for North to clear through Tynan. Under the scoreboard, she kicks back across the face of goal, and the Roosters are away and running on this occasion through Lug, one of the inclusions this week. Towards half back went her kick. Some pace here from Greech. Kicks towards the clubroom wing. Bouncing football will go out of bounds. And that will result wasn't touching. A free kick to the Panthers to be taken down there by Hammond. And we see the last possession out of bounds rule working there for the first time tonight. How do you find that rule in your career, Rachel?
Look, I think it's good to have it between the 50s. It certainly helps keep the ball moving and just helps alleviate some of that congestion.
So a ball up to result. Half forward for South Adelaide. Von Berto, quick kick down the wing. Greek couldn't quite complete the mark. Gets a second opportunity. Nice tackle laid there by Hammond. And the Panthers away. Kavoris hurried the kick towards half forward. Bouncing football out of play again, wasn't touched. This time North will benefit from the free kick. Will come here to Ellis at about left half back for the Roosters. So interesting start so far. South have gone forward on a couple of occasions, but North have held firm as McKinnon up through her hands, out of bounds throw in. North just holding up at half back quite well at the moment, Rachel.
Yeah, certainly. I think South probably needed a little bit more forward pressure. North seemed to get that ball out pretty easily. I mean, the midfield's holding up, so it's being sort of tightly played around the mid there.
I should expect for early days, not a lot can be gained or taken from these first few minutes. The Panthers away after a chain of handballs. Some run here from Munyard. Almost went too far. Got the kick inside 50. North will rebound though, as we've seen them do, but South come back again. Munyard received the handball. Umpires found a free kick going back here to Oldswager at half back for the Roosters. So Jane Oldswager, former Adelaide Thunderbirds netballer. A rare kick from her. She's one of the leading handballers in the competition, the leading handballer for North Adelaide. Ward now, high kick towards half forward. Bouncing football. Trying to get there first is Smith. She's pressured all the way there by her North Adelaide opponent. In the end, it's Kirk for the Panthers with a quick little handball out to Kavoris. Again, South working it round nicely. Ball jarred free. Von Berto there for the Roosters, tackled to ground. Umpire watching things close. A little toe poke out allows the Panthers to come away. Long kick back towards the middle of Noarlunga Oval. Bouncing footy towards the clubroom wing. The Panthers will take possession here. High kick towards half forward. Good one-on-one contest. And in the end, a good mark to Gallio there. Well, it's going to be a free paid to the Panthers. And it's going to be taken for South Adelaide there by Walker Murphy, who is a goal kicker, but the distance will test her. She hooks it back to the top of the goals. Almost a mark taken there. Ball at ground level. Kendall had it taken. And the ball up in a dangerous position. We see here Rachel for the Roosters. About 15 out from the Panthers' goal. Godding won it down. North to clear. Quick kick Tynan. through the hands of Greet, who then went flying and won herself a push in the back. But again, North holding firm, Rachel.
Yeah, their defence line's really holding up well. They're really sticking to their opposition and being really accountable.
The kick towards the wing. Roosters go off the ground. Nice little handball from Castle. Daniel again trying to go off. Castle there, fired the handball out. Davies, ball coming back for a free, going the way of Munyard for the Panthers. You see the sun cream slathered across the face. Not quite as warm as when you last joined us at 40 degrees that afternoon or that evening, but warmish day today, late 20s. Were you a fan of the sun cream in this time of year when you played?
Oh, I certainly needed it. I look like a lobster by the end of the game. Yeah, it's certainly much better conditions than it was last week. The girls are probably a bit relieved that there's a bit of a breeze coming across the ground, probably heading towards the northern goals. As
Paige Allen put the Roosters inside 50. Umpires found a free kick. It's going to come back here to North Adelaide, so they can have their first shot on goal. The Roosters through the agency here of Nuns. She goes short, or she thought about going short. Now we'll go with the long-ish kick right to the goal. I don't think that was touched. It wasn't. So North Adelaide have the first goal against the trend of play. They go to 1 straight 6, and South Adelaide still yet to score. We've gone 6 minutes in this first quarter. So North, as I said, against the play, that goal there would please them immensely, I would say, Rachel.
Yeah, I mean, the Bulls spent probably the first 5 minutes in the south forward line, and unfortunately they just haven't been able to convert. So North would be really happy that they moved the ball quickly into their forward line and the first to get a goal.
So Nunn's the goal scorer there for North Adelaide. Not overly confident, but kicked it very nicely in the end as McKinnon up high, won it down well. Davies has got it for North. She's well tackled. The umpire will ball it up. The tackling always a highlight in the SANFLW League, certainly in the first years. And again, that intensity's been great here tonight. As we see at ground level, strong bodies from both players. McKinnon up, almost unopposed in the ruck there, won it down. 2-on-2 contest at ground level. Again, ball up will result. Is it a skill that they work on, coaches, with at SANFLW or AFLW with the tackling side of things? Or is it
definitely. I think it's something that in the past in the women's game there hasn't been a lot of attention to it. But obviously we want to avoid getting any sort of serious injuries, whether you're the one laying the tackle or being tackled. So yeah, it's certainly something that teams have probably looked to improve on the last 2 seasons.
As Reynolds found Von Berto at half forward, high kick over the head of Baltrop. She rushes back. Can she get a toe on it? She can, and kicks the goal for the Roosters. So 2 in a couple of minutes. And the 8-minute mark of the first quarter, North 2 straight 6. The Panthers yet to score. And again, the free kick we saw in the middle, long ball inside 50. Rachel and Baltrop skillful at the back, getting the toe to it.
Yeah, well, she's got that soccer background, so I'm sure she was pretty confident slotting that one. Yeah, look, it's just if you can get that clean clearance out the middle and to a target, then you're pretty certain to get a shot on goal.
So North Adelaide, perhaps surprising, after South had most of the play in the first 5 or so minutes. 2 straight, the Roosters lead by 8.5 gone first term here at Flinders University Stadium, Noarlunga. Reynolds working hard for the ball, fired out the handball. Chance now the high kick there from Ellis. She got it from Daniel. Ball goes out towards that outer wing. And again we see Von Berto always busy back towards the goals. It's knocked down off hands and through for a rush behind. So the Roosters doing all the scoring early. 2-1-13. Panthers yet to score. I guess the mindset for South probably a little bit deflated. Not totally, obviously, because it's only early days, but they were playing well. And now all of a sudden, Rachel, they find themselves a couple of goals down. They have to put the hard work in, really lift from where they are. But it's not going to happen straight away. As Baltrop, another shot on goal, and she kicks it. 3-1-19 North Adelaide, getting out to a handy break. Baltrop, great use of the hands, snapped it through. And the Roosters really looking good at the moment. We've gone just under 10 minutes in this first quarter. The last 3 or 4 minutes have been a real rout by North Adelaide.
Yeah, I think South are probably just, you'd be a little bit shocked by this start. You know, they had a really good win last week, so, you know, it's hard to bounce back when you already conceded a few goals, so I'm sure they'll, yeah, be hoping to get one back soon.
It's momentum, isn't it? It's the confidence thing. You know, North have got their tails up right now, 3 straight goals, but South, the way they play, if they can get one, they can kick one in the next minute or two, suddenly it's, you know, heads will rise, game on again.
Yeah, certainly. Yep.
So back in the middle, North Adelaide taking all before them at the moment. Here's another chance, high kick from Lugg towards half forward. Good mark taken down there by the first goal scorer for North, Nuns. Drops it on the boot, up inside 50, offhands Vomberto lurking, Baltrop there as well. South have the goods at the moment in defence. But pressure, the great pressure from North Adelaide. 4 or 5 players getting back there to really apply the pressure on the South girls. They know they've got the lead. They know they're up at the moment. And that pressure, we talked about, the tackling and the intensity, very good as Godding, strong in the ruck for South. It's a little too strong. She's given away the free. And North will take it at 50. So the Roosters a chance again.
Looks like Kat Reynolds, she's just come back into the side after quite a stint out of the team with an Achilles injury.
Was indeed. Reynolds went short for Daniel. Didn't quite find the player. Chance for South to rebound. Ellis got a big handball out for North. Didn't really hit a target. Now, a high kick, hooking it back inside 50 was Tansel for the Roosters. And then another mark taken. So North another chance to line up for goal. As we see on the lead down there, Castle. Baltrop on the goal line. But the Roosters content to have the shot on goal. So to make it 4-1-25, they have North Adelaide. Very straight kick. And they're really running away with this, the Roosters. 4-1-25. Leaving South Adelaide yet to score at the moment. And the North Adelaide, so we talk about South trying to get back into the contest, but right now the Roosters are just not letting them. Their work up forward and their pressure is very impressive. Now that's Baltrop, Nuns and Sampson there with that goal.
Yeah, look, can I change my tip?
Yeah. No, we both went for South. We're going to stick with that, but yeah.
Oh, no, I did go for South.
Yeah, home team,
yep.
we said.
Yeah, so, yeah, look, their accuracy on goal is making a huge difference. You know, I don't know how South are going to reply to this. Oh, coming out the middle.
Well, here's a chance for the Panthers. They work it round. Campbell to Godding. A long kick inside 50 for the Panthers. Great goal from Sampson from long range earlier there to North. As in defence, Gallio was good to Ellis. And the Roosters come out here towards half back. Ball sort of just toe poked along cleverly by Greach. He picks it up, high ball towards half forward. And a nice mark taken at left half forward for North Adelaide there to Sampson, the goal scorer, or the recent goal scorer. Talked about her as a former Australian women's cricket team player. North continue to persist, pressuring the Panthers all the way. Kavoris defensive 50, high kick back towards this clubroom wing, and things will settle down as the ball is with Alana Brown. Under pressure, they sort of got the handball out in the end, didn't find a target. North have been great just since they kicked their first goal. The intensity and pressure has been very good. They probably overdid it a little bit there, giving away the free kick on that occasion, but they've done it quite nicely as McKinnon away and running now. Gore, long kick inside 50. Kirk couldn't quite complete the mark. Knocked it down. Coming through, getting the little handball out, Gallio. South, though, come again. Quick kick inside 50. Pressure from North's defence, holding out at the moment. Brown in there on hands and knees. And the umpire says we'll ball it up. But, yeah, as you said, Rachel, North now 25 points in front, closing in on quarter time. South really with it all to do in the second term. Yeah,
I mean, just looking at the stats at the moment, South are handballing the ball far more than North Adelaide. We've seen they've moved the ball really quickly forward, and I think just by, getting those kicks away and using the space, it's really, helped them to get the lead that they've got so far.
As Townsville applying the pressure for North, but breaking away there is Campbell. They move towards half forward. Long kick to 50, bouncing football. South player there in Tahu sort of went without it. Good tackle there on Howson. Ball held in, and again that pressure from North very strong. Sort of probably the best footy we've seen North play this year, I think, this first term. As Ellis tackled by a pair of Panthers. Brown, the former Norwood player there, and her teammate Charlton doing the tackling, which resulted in the ball up, and now a chance for North to clear, but a great tackle, a fantastic tackle there at 50 by Munyard.
I think that was Nikki Gore.
Yeah, Nikki Gore, sorry, you're right. And it was a great tackle by the AFL listed player, almost a good mark too, down there inside 50 for the Panthers, but not happening on that occasion. That was Tahu again, but you're right, Gore almost did pull off a great tackle on that occasion. The pressure's been great from North, but that's for mine. That Gore tackle was probably the tackle of the game, Rachel.
Yeah, for now, I think so.
For now, yeah.
I think she'll probably lay a few more as the game goes on. Just looks like South are struggling to hit any of their sort of key forwards up in their 50 to give them a nice clean shot on goal.
There's a chance now for North Adelaide. They break down that outer wing with the high kick from Nuns. The Panthers again take possession. Go back towards McKinnon in the middle of the ground. Fire's whistle's gone. And it's going to be a free to McKinnon. Castle to stand the mark for the Roosters. McKinnon comes across. Nice kick. Finds Hammond. Hammond now with the kick towards half forward. Howson. Good grab for the Panthers. This is good. This is some of the best play they've had since the first 5 or so minutes. But it all comes down. The kick into 50 and getting up and taking a very nice mark is Ward for North Adelaide. That'll just about do us for this first quarter. And there it is, quarter time in our clash here at Flinders University Stadium in Orlunga. And it is all the Roosters at the first break. They can be very pleased with their efforts. North Adelaide go to quarter time, 4-1-25. The Panthers yet to score. Baltrop has 2, 9 goals for the season for her, temporarily for putting her on top and kick goals. You mentioned Charlton there, Tahu's another one. Can't totally rely on them, I know, but just a lift needed around all areas, you feel, for South Adelaide going into this second quarter.
Yeah, it looks like they've got quite a young midfield, but there's certainly a lot of young talent coming through, so hopefully they can help get that ball moving forward.
Underway in the second term as McKinnon in the ruck there for South Adelaide. They start it nicely. Handball comes out wide. Good tackle on Campbell, though, sees her dispossessed. That was by Allen, and Allen has the free at half back for North Adelaide. She just chips it up, finds a teammate, and North can continue to attack towards half forward. Knocked away there from Castle. Chance now for Gore, who was busy for Southland. Had a great tackle in that first term. Kentucket didn't quite find the target, or the kick didn't quite find the target. Kavoris at ground level. Umpires found a free. It's going back here, and the Roosters will take it once again across half back through Zaberski. Appears to have started in the ruck this quarter for North. Vomberto caught behind McKinnon, just too tall and strong on that occasion. Gets the handball out towards Gore. Player loose on the outer wing there for the Panthers. That was Hammond. She was spoiled at the last possible second there by Greet. North Adelaide a chance to go forward. Greet trying to soccer it. Chance to pick it up now, 55 from goal. Tackled to ground. And ball up results. But a great spoil there, Rachel, on Hammond just a moment ago. The last possible second, they knocked it away from her and probably stopped South from going forward.
Yeah, it looked like South were looking to kind of go for that switch, which, it's it's really good for them that they're trying that. Unfortunately, it does have to be a 100% kick. So unfortunately, it's back in North Adelaide's 50.
So a chance, though, for the Panthers to clear with the long-ranging kick there from Buchanan. Out towards half forward, bouncing ball. Tahu's trapped this one nicely, ran into Gallio, had it, lost it, got the handball out there in the end to her teammate who was tackled well. And the free kick, that was Walker Murphy, the free kick will result in Ellis for North Adelaide. He's kicked it straight back to Tahu here on the wing. So turnover results, South need to make this work. They trail by 25 points, early days, second quarter. Tahu's kick, though, it's been kept in the end quite nicely, and a wonderful tackle. Great second up effort there from Charlton to not only dispossess the North player, but then to win the footy. Great stuff from Charlton. Just a fantastic second effort.
Yeah, a bit unlucky not to get a free there.
Well, McKinnon at half forward, got a fingertip on it. Brown fires it out. Gore with the sun cream slathered across her nose, got a handball out, but again it's North, this time Tynan, who goes searching for Sampson, couldn't take it on the wing. Chance for Hammond for the Panthers. This way, that way, goes back towards half-back, bouncing football. Jaslyn Smith now with the kick across to that outer wing, where Gore, who's just knocked up getting possessions at the moment, does well. Kicks to 50, just over the head of the intended target of Munyard. She puts in a great second effort with the tackle. Handball came out. Gore tackled this time. Good tackling from both sides. Ball still at half forward for South. No addition to that halftime score. A 25-point lead to North. Here's Kavoris. She finds some room. Chips inside 50. Barrels past the North Adelaide player Gallio. Chance for Kirk in the pocket there. Hooks it back. Ellis rushes it through. And that is the first score for the Panthers this evening. The 3.5-minute mark of this second term, they get their first behind. They trail by 4 straight goals, 24 points. And they got this point in the end. They didn't get the maximum reward, but it was a lot of hard work, you feel, for the Panthers. And that's just that pressure, again, Rachel, from North, just pressuring South all the way.
Yeah, look, and even just watching North exit the 50 then, there was nobody anywhere near the mark or, stopping that player. So they really need more forward pressure, the South forwards.
As a chance for North Adelaide is tackled to ground lug. McKinnon wins the free kick. I mean, we talk about the North pressure. The South pressure's been pretty good too. But just not that clean going forward. McKinnon almost went in the wrong way, but now she does take the kick. Going to come back and do it again on this clubroom wing. Big, wide expanses here at Noarlunga. You like playing here, Rachel, when you played?
Oh, I love playing on a nice wide oval. There's plenty of space to run. I'd take it over Norwood Oval any day. Don't like being tackled too much. So, no, it's easier to play less congested footy in a big space like this.
As Oldswager was up for the mark, couldn't take it. Ball finds its way out of bounds. And certainly a ground for the runners. Flinders University Stadium, no doubt about that. As the Roosters will take the free. Last line of defence. Oldswager the tallest in the pack, but McKinnon just read it well. Oldswager just could have got blocked out as she came through. Nice mark by McKinnon. She's been very good for South, along with Kavoris and Gore. Tahoe couldn't quite complete the mark. Again, North had a lot of numbers around that contest, and they hold it in for a ball up. 30 out from their goal. Saw Eichner, the last player to touch that one, as Oldswager won this one down. Here's a chance. Munyard breaks free of her opponent, has a bounce, snaps back towards the goals, and it was just touched down there by the Roosters. So South still can't quite get that first goal. They trail by 23 points.
It's a good sign to see them pressing forward. You know, the ball hasn't been anywhere near North Adelaide's forward 50 at the moment, so they're doing well to keep the ball in their forward half, South Adelaide.
They've been a lot better in the early stages of this second quarter, definitely. And here's another chance for them after a great mark by McKinnon, who's been really leading from the front in this second quarter for South, getting a lot of the ball. She goes searching down there for Tahu, who completes a good grab. Kicked a couple last week for the Panthers. Distance will probably test her from here. She's looking like she wants to kick long, just pop it up. Couple of South players on the lead there. Chance for Charlton. Handball came out in the end towards Tahu. Her kick smothered. And it's through for another behind to the Panthers. So they're doing well in terms of getting forward, getting the shots on goal. They're just not getting the scores on the borders they need at the moment.
I mean, it was good to see with that forward entry, you know, they're looking to hit up a target. They're looking to get those set shots. Unfortunately, they're just having to try and slap it on the boot and, get a goal that way. But
the pressure's still on very much from North Adelaide as nice run and carry from Allen. Kicks towards half forward. Castle was tackled, got the kick inside 50 though for North. I'm looking at another goal against the run of play. We might be as a free kick coming here to Clark for the Roosters. Again, distance might test her. This is exactly what happened in the first quarter. South had all the running in the first 5 or so minutes, and then North at a purple patch in terms of kicking the goals. High kick from Clark. Comes down at the feet of Von Berto. She knocks it out. Reynolds' kick was smothered. Little handball came out. Didn't find the target. Howson there. She gets the handball out. Great pressure inside the 50 from North Adelaide. I know we keep talking about it, but it really has been the story of the show for the Roosters today. This will be a free kick again to North. And it's going to come the way of Reynolds. Back into the side this week. Very handy player in the midfield. She pops it up. She's got a player on the lead, and that was well thought out by Von Berto on a wonderful pass, Rachel, from Reynolds.
yeah, that was really well read, and she waited for the right opportunity to just pop it up to one of her captains.
So Nadia Von Berto, chance to line up for goal for the Roosters. For her first, North's fifth, the 8.5 minute mark. So we're halfway through this second quarter, and North have a chance to, a game high lead it will be if this is kicked by Von Berto. It's away to the right, through for a point. So it's their first score of the second quarter. They go to 4-1-26, 23 points the margin. Both sides struggling at the moment to kick the 6 pointers, Rachel.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen that momentum shift for South Adelaide. They just didn't take advantage of that.
And here's a quick turnover, and North sprung on that. Talk about taking advantage. They sprung on that, and it's Davies who scores the goal. And we mentioned South, well, both sides are not taking advantage of opportunities. The North certainly did on that occasion. And that's an Adelaide City Jeep goal there to North Adelaide.
Taking their shots are just a little bit less rushed than South Adelaide.
They had a bit of luck on that occasion as Altswager to Reynolds. Now a chance for the Panthers. Brown got the handball out. Howson linked nicely with Gore. High kick to half forward. Good pressure from Gallio. Just jarred it away there from Bennett. And now the kick from Ellis for North Adelaide towards the wing. But a good grab taken here by Buchanan, who's away with a high kick. Back in towards the middle of the ground. Godding there, didn't sit for her. Opens the door for the Roosters again. Little 1-2, didn't quite come off. Now chance Howson, head over the ball. Got the handball out to Munyard. Munyard's high kick back towards half forward. Coming out, Kirk couldn't take the grab. North again a chance to rebound. Castle there in the one-on-one, but the umpire's whistle is gone. And the free will come back to what will be, in fact, a free kick in the middle there to Castle.
I like South's endeavour there, where they tried to go across the oval. Unfortunately, you do just need to tidy up those kicks and those marks for that to really pay off. They're
trying different things, and you're right, their endeavour's good. So they're trying to play some good, smart, clean footy, but it's just not happening for them at the moment, and these little things not coming off, as you said. It's not quite precise enough as Altswager thumps it down. Brown had it, lost it. High kick there, out of trouble for South Adelaide from right. Back towards the middle of Noarlunga. Chance here for Campbell if she can pick it up. She's got 3 Roosters to beat. She did well in the end. Campbell wheels around inside 50 over the head of Ellis. Coming out to meet it nicely there was Walker Murphy. Her snap back towards the goals though across the face. Out of bounds, and a free kick will result. So about 5 minutes to go in the second quarter. South had a fair bit of the footy inside 50, but at the moment, the only goal of the term, turnover from the kick in at the opposite end, resulting in a goal for North Adelaide. And disappointment for the Panthers as North looking to work this one out of their defensive area. The kick towards half back. As Bennett comes in, stands the mark for South Adelaide. High kick back towards the clubroom wing. Oldswager was up, couldn't take it. McKinnon at ground level, knocked on by Munyard. Ellis took it though for the Roosters. Her little kick didn't go far. Little toe poke towards the line. Vomberto tried to keep it in the end out of bounds for a throw-in. Ball back into play in front of the pack there on that clubroom wing. Good tackle again affected there for the Panthers by Bennett. And South a chance to go inside 50. That was a good tackle on Daniel from Bennett. Tahu was up, couldn't take it. Little handball came out from Charlton back to Tahu. Chance for Tahu with the shot on goal. She's nailed it. So the Panthers have their first. Perhaps a little bit against the flow for them this time as Tahu gets her first. South Adelaide 139, North 5-2-32. 4.5 to go in the second quarter. A very timely goal there, Rachel, off the boot of Indy Tahu.
Well, they certainly needed it. It's late in the second quarter. You know, you don't want to go into half-time without a goal, so...
Lead to Norwood over the Eagles, 4-3 to 2 behinds in that contest. So Norwood in a strong position as here go the Panthers again. Chance for Brown at half forward. Fired out the handball, didn't find a target. Players wrestling there at ground level. Umpire comes racing in as he awards the free kick to Brown. As I mentioned earlier, a former Norwood player. She goes short, right idea, didn't quite come off towards Brockhurst. Chance now though for Buchanan. Quick kick inside 50, Tahu up, didn't quite complete the mark. Kavoris got it back on that occasion to Bennett. Hurried kick comes off though, as it's Campbell who's marked for South Adelaide in the forward pocket. We talk about another goal. Here's South Adelaide with a golden opportunity to do that just before the half-time break.
I think she might be a little bit far out, but if she can pop it to the top of the square, we might see some of the tall timber take a good mark.
So Nicole Campbell tried to do that just off to the left, through for another behind. So opportunity perhaps going begging there for the Panthers. They go to 1-4-10, North 5-2-32, 22 points the margin. Just over 90 seconds to go in the half. So North now have to be clever. They don't want a late turnover. So they bring it out towards half back. At the back, Gore trapped it nicely for South. She was well tackled though by Zaberski, and a ball up will result. McKinnon, good with a little win to Campbell. Now Gore. Back to half forward, and a nice mark taken here by Radbone. Radbone gets things moving for South. But again, the 2-on-1 contest, but well taken by Brockhurst. Quick kick forward, and the Panthers have the mark down here to Walker Murphy. So they're making or getting some good opportunities, and Walker Murphy is a goal kicker. And I think this would be well within range, Rachel.
Yeah, look, there's... she's only about 30 out, I think.
Yep.
So, yeah, definitely worth having a crack.
So Walker Murphy, 30 out straight in front, has pushed it to the left. So again, opportunity goes begging 1-5-11. The Panthers go to. And North have now just about 15 seconds to go in the quarter. They lead by 21 points. Well, probably milk down the clock with this kick in. No need to rush things. And there, in fact, is the half-time siren. So it is half-time here at Noarlunga. Flinders University Stadium, Noarlunga, I should say. Quick wrap for this game at half-time. And it's been North Adelaide's night so far. They lead 5-2-32 to 1-3-9 at the half-time break. Goal to Baltrop with 2. Davies, Nuns and Sampson, ball kick singles for North Adelaide, and then 1 to Tahu, the only Panther goal. Flinders University Stadium, Noarlunga, where it is North Adelaide leading South Adelaide by 21 points. John Nankerville and Rachel Killian, your callers, as we're underway in the second half. McKinnon in the ruck for the Panthers against Oldswager for North. Oldswager wins it down, a little give came out. And a chance now as Davies hands it off, a chance for the Roosters to go forward. Greet's quick kick to half forward. Castle couldn't take it. Picked up nicely by Hammond for the Panthers. And South work it out. Kavoris had it, lost it, pressured immediately by Von Berto. We talked in that first half about the pressure of the Roosters and the way they played the game in that first half to lead to this 21-point lead. It's on display again early. And it's perhaps a bit too much on that occasion as Kavoris wins the kick there on the clubroom wing. And Rachel, South Adelaide need to get something going early in this second half for there to be any chance.
Yeah, they definitely do. They're certainly quite a margin behind, but you know there's a whole 2 quarters to go.
As Kavoris again taken high for mine, will get the free kick, right half back. So a few possessions early in this third quarter for the leading possession winner in the competition, Xenia Kavoris. 63 touches going into this game, 29 last week. Her kick finds Gore. Oldswager closed in on her and shut her down, but Gore courageously held her ground, took the mark, kicks towards half forward, over the head of McKinnon and Tynan. Chance for Tahu for South Adelaide. Little handball came out towards Charlton. Good tackle on that occasion by the Roosters, but perhaps just a tad aggressive, said the umpire. Von Berto not happy. I thought it looked pretty decent, Rachel, with the free kicks there to Gore.
Yeah, it looked pretty fair, but Nikki's come away with the free kick. She's racking up the disposals tonight.
As Campbell goes inside 50, she got it from Gore. Ball up should ensure here you feel about 40 metres out. The umpire watching things, and he comes in, says it's my ball. 40 out from the Panthers' goal. Only the one major for South Adelaide this evening. That was in the second quarter as Allen breaks away for North. Kick taken by McKinnon for the Panthers. Back to Campbell. South threatening as they go inside 50. Again, North standing up to the challenge. And they'll get the free kick deep down there in defence through Ward. Starting to see the sun go down now. The lights are on here at Flinders University Stadium. As the ball on the outer wing with Daniel. You're telling me in the break, Rachel, that you've played with Lauren Daniel, and she's also quite adept at Gaelic football.
Yeah, I've played against her both in footy. I actually played with her in footy and against her in Gaelic football. She's very good by foot, and she's actually off to Ireland to play Gaelic over there.
So ball up on that outer wing. Time for a score check. North 5-2-32, South 1-5-11. No addition to that half-time score. Chance for the Panthers now through Hammond. Looks confident as she comes off half-back. Probably one bounce too many. Perhaps too much confidence. She picks it back up, gets the handball out. Campbell off the ground for South towards half-forward. Ellis working hard as she's done all game for North. Put it out towards Tynan, who was held without it. Tynan chips it wide. And the Roosters now through Lugg at half-back. She chips it up, but McKinnon, too tall and strong, gets in the way, played on. Adrenaline pumping. Got the handball out towards Kavoris, who knocked it along. The umpire's found a free going her way. Head down over the ball. She's won a couple early in this third term, Kavoris. Hasn't been her team's night, but she's played some good footy.
It's almost a bit of deja vu. Very similar start to the first quarter, with South having a lot of possession in the opening 5 minutes.
They start well, don't they? But then they sort of just let North in, as we see Howell taking that one out for North Adelaide. They've let North Adelaide in every time at about the 5 or so minute mark. So we should just see if they do it again. It's a wide throw in. McKinnon won it down. Busting her way through, taken high there in the end was Daniel for North Adelaide. The Gaelic footballer, she goes towards half forward. Sampson was up, so got a little touch on it. The back Tansel there, dispossessed in the tackle. Reynolds picked it up, was well tackled by Buchanan. Von Berto lurking. Umpire's whistle is gone. That's going to come back here to Reynolds with the free at half forward for North. Kicks up towards 50. Panthers again have the numbers. High ball back towards the wing. McKinnon there. Good little bump by Daniel at the last minute there. Rachel, just that little bit of pressure, and that saw McKinnon spill. Otherwise, a mark that she probably would have taken.
Yeah, McKinnon's taken some really strong marks tonight. She unfortunately didn't take that one. You can see she's got the ruck duties at the moment, so maybe a little tiring 5 minutes in, but good pressure by North.
There's Daniel again. Was tackled and well there by Campbell, who earns the free kick for the Panthers. Now they have to get something going. And Cole Campbell looking this way, that way. Not a great deal. Decides to play on, takes on Daniel, kicks the long ball towards 50. Get right on the paint there. North will take it through Ward. Nice little kick back towards half back in the end from Ward. Bouncing football. McKinnon working hard. She starts every quarter so strongly as Brown, 3 Roosters to beat, knocked it out towards Campbell. She was dispossessed. Howson comes in, wins the footy. Again, the ball spills free. Little handball came out for the Panthers. Quick little kick there from Daniel. No chance for either side really to get any clean skills, any clean touch of the ball. This one dribbles out of play. Pretty much right in front of where we're calling from here at Noarlunga. It's McKinnon that leads Zaberski to the ball. Fires at the handball. Howson was good. That's a little too hot, the handball for Campbell. South player not happy with her treatment. The umpires found the free kick, I think, the other way. He's going to ball it up, in fact. No, it is going the way of the Roosters. I think there might have been some chat there. There's certainly some indecision. North have it, though, through Gallio towards the middle of the ground. Trapping it nicely was right for the Panthers, and they can get the clearing kick into the middle of the ground where they take possession, South Adelaide. So they want to get things moving here quickly through Bennett towards the pack at half forward. Charlton couldn't quite take the mark, but she's been paid the free. She plays on immediately. Goes round with the kick inside 50. Unable to complete the mark there in defence. The North Adelaide player just slipped out of the hands there of Eichner. She gets a second opportunity. Long kick back towards the middle of the ground. It's getting a bit scrappy now, the play, as Von Berto goes to ground in the Hammond contest. Campbell was good. Back inside 50. Ball goes over everyone's head. Getting back there first, Gallio had it, lost it. North desperately trying to pick it up. Walker Murphy applying the pressure. And the umpire says he'll ball it up. 15 out from South's goal. They're desperate to get their second major. But just can't do so at the moment. Again, we see the pressure so good, Rachel, from North Adelaide, just holding it in, giving the Panthers nowhere to go as McKinnon thumping it down. Ball jarred free at the back. Davis had it, lost it for North. Shovels out a handball now, but it's all the Panthers. A quick snap on the goal from Munyard. Didn't go far enough. Handball was errant, came towards Walker Murphy, and she makes no mistake. It's a bit like pulling teeth, but the Panthers got there in the end. Their second goal to Walker Murphy.
Yeah, look, South, they were really pressuring and pushing that ball forward, and looked like a goal was inevitable for them, and that was a pretty good snap, I have to say.
No, it was. She's quite a good kick for goal, Walker Murphy, be it by a set shot or, like you said there, with the snap kick, and they needed that, no doubt about it. Brings the margin down to 15 points. And they need a few more too. It's just the pressure that they're under. It's just so hard for them to score at the moment. So they had to work really hard to get that one. And we've gone almost 10 minutes in this third term. And South looking to break again as Brown tackled well by Von Berto. Or tackled high. The umpire, again, I thought it looked okay, but the umpire not happy. North player a bit slow to get up is Ellis. She's got the hand up saying she's okay. She's going to stand the mark. And Brown will take the kick. Thought about dishing out the handball. But will go long now, inside 50. Eichner was up. Quick kick out of there by Howe from North Adelaide. Bouncing football. Gore applied the tackle. Ellis off the ground. This may come off for North Adelaide. Has slung around strongly in the tackle. And in the end, holding the ball was Rachel Nuns. And the Panthers will get the free kick. And another goal here, hugely important for South Adelaide. Just their options blocked off. I see Kavoris over here on the wing. Kick out towards her. She may win it anyway. She takes it, tackled, but got the kick away. Tahu tried to knock it on. Eichner's got it for North. Again, a chance for Tahu. And here go the Panthers. If they can get some space, get the handball out, they do. Quick kick inside 50 from Howson. Knocked down. Crum nicely by Bennett. Perhaps the goal for the Panthers. No, she hooks the kick. Under pressure, hooks the kick away to the left. Golden opportunity going begging for South Adelaide at the 11.5-minute mark of the third quarter with that behind to Bennett.
Yeah, she probably had just a little bit of a rush of blood there. Open goal. Could have maybe run a little bit further, but, it's good signs to see South, or at least, really getting that ball forward.
It's a little bit more accurate. They'll be right back in this contest, the Panthers, because they've just absolutely bombarded their 50 the last 5 minutes or so, and they continue to do so here through McKinnon. They're just not getting enough goals on the board. They still trail by 14 points. It's Godding, in fact, to kick up inside 50, off hands. Little kick under all sorts of pressure from Kirk. Didn't go far at all. And the umpire will ball it up. About 35-40 out from South's goal. Von Berto slaps it down. Brown got the handball out. High kick there towards the goals for the Panthers. Knocked down by Walker Murphy. Kirk couldn't take it. Bennett lurking again. Had it dispossessed. North Adelaide with the clearing kick out there towards half back. And players over the footy North will come up with it. Need to sort of just get it out of this South Adelaide zone at the moment. Ellis banged it on the boot, trying to do that. Hammond couldn't pick it up for the Panthers. Pack forming on that outer wing. No one can get clean possession of the football close to the boundary. Kavoris did in the end get it out. The Panthers through Munyard come towards the middle of the ground. What can they conjure up on this occasion, South Adelaide? High kick towards this outer wing where Brockhurst sits and waits. Takes a good marks away and running Brockhurst. It's the handball over the top. Tahu linking nicely. Chance for Charlton, who has kicked some goals this year. Hooks it back. Walker Murphy there. Soccer off the ground from Kirk. Goal the Panthers. Great goal from Kirk on the ground. Hooking it back and getting the goal, her first for the Panthers. They get goal number 3 for the evening, and all of a sudden they're right back in this contest. the South Adelaide side with just a few minutes to go in this quarter, Rachel.
That's probably the best play we've seen tonight from South Adelaide. You know, that ball started probably sort of near the back pocket, and they've managed to transition the ball really well across the oval and maintain possession and then get it forward. And, yeah, that was an amazing soccer goal.
So the Panthers, trailing by 21 at half-time, they brought it back to 8, closing in on three-quarter time. Just with sheer will and determination, they've had to work really hard. And now this will help them. A free and a 25 going the way of Gore. This might even, no, it's just a 25, I think. So Gore puts it inside 50, just over the head of the intended target. And the ball up will result in the end. But nice kick from Gore, but Duffy just couldn't quite get up high enough. From the restart, what can the Panthers do here? They go towards goal. Good pressure from Kavoris. North, though, looking to knock it out, and they do. Now, the Roosters, who for so long had that scoreboard advantage, now they're the ones under pressure with about 90 seconds to go, desperate to hold out South, although the second quarter did end in a similar way, with North desperately trying to hold out the Panthers as they headed towards the goals, as Kavoris did well. Little handball out. Free kick the call, though. It's going to come back here to the Roosters, and Oldswager will take it. So they might just survive, just over a minute to play.
I mean, we've definitely seen the momentum shift South's way. You know, there's still the intensity. North's still tackling, and as we saw, there was just a pretty big bump. But yeah, South are now just starting to find the space.
As Charlton found Campbell, handball, missed the target under pressure. Good tackle by Eichner. Holds the ball in at defensive 50 for North. 8-point ball game. About 40 seconds to go before the three-quarter time siren. The free off the ball. It's going the way.
Oh, is this the zoning rule?
Well, it's a free going the way of the Panthers. It's going to be Duffy. Duffy's kick. Oh, in the end, just the time beating her as they worked out what was going on. One of the new rules, I think, there in terms of players round the ball, players in the space. But in the end, the time running out for South Adelaide as they went for. They didn't get that goal, which would have brought the margin to 2 points, but still the game at 8 points at three-quarter time is a very good result for them, considering where they have been. 5-2-32 North, South 3-6-24. Goals to Baltrop, Davies, Nunn and Sampson for North Adelaide, while for the Panthers, Kirk, Tahu and Walker Murphy.
You know, really attacking. You know, certainly they could extend this lead quite a bit.
Certainly, we're talking up South, and we should too. They've played well, but to get themselves back into the contest. But North still hold the sway as Oldswager will start in the ruck at the beginning of the final quarter. She goes up against McKinnon, who goes in, head over the footy. Couldn't quite take it. Good pressure from Gore at ground level for South. He's been one of their best this evening. Umpires called for the ball. He'll ball it up. Oldswager. McKinnon won it down. Tynan got a little handball out only as far as player in Munyard for South Adelaide. They link up nicely now and can work towards half forward. As I said, the first goal of this quarter going to be very, very important as Tahu makes the claim for the ball, just couldn't keep her feet. So the Panthers surge forward. Now a chance for North to clear, but not for long. There's some run from Munyard. Handball into open space. Umpire's whistle goes. Free kick coming back. And it's going to be a free to the aforementioned Munyard. Knocked to the ground after she disposed of it. So is she within her range? That's the big question. As she lines up with South trailing by 8 points early in this final quarter.
Looks like about maybe a 30, 35 metre kick.
You'd back her in just, I reckon. And a Munyard, the busy player for the Panthers, starts it right, brings it back a long way behind the result. So 7 points to the ball game, early minutes of the final quarter.
Certainly had no trouble with distance there. Just a little bit of accuracy.
Distance was very good on that occasion. There's Ward to bring it back in for North. Runs into the right back pocket, loads up towards half-back. Oldswager knocked it down. In the end, ball out of bounds at 50 for the Panthers.
Probably be feeling a little bit nervous if you're a North player at the moment.
You'd think so, because as you said, they've done the hard yards over the first 3 quarters, but South are looking the better team at the moment. They've got time on their side as McKinnon's kick smothered. They've got the ball in their 50. They have to do something with it. That's been the problem. Goals from them have been few and far between, despite a lot of inside 50 entries. So McKinnon knocks it down. Lights well and truly on as we've been quite dark now here at Noarlunga. Von Berto threads the handball out. Ellis got a little kick out. Gavoris got it from Gore, went back towards 50. Brown's handball was pinched. Now a chance for North. Daniel dispossessed in the tackle. Gavoris came racing through. She was tackled and North win the footy. So the Roosters at defensive 50 looking to rebound. They need to get it out of this South Adelaide half of the ground, but they won't because McKinnon has come across the face of the pack and taken a very nice grab. And as we said, she starts all the quarters well. This one, no exception. It was a nice kick, found Munyard. Kicks up towards the top of 50. Hammond's got it for South. Wants to play on, does so. Kicks towards the goal square where Brown marks it. About 15, 20 out straight in front. So Alana Brown, if she's successful, can bring the margin to just 1 point.
That was a great kick to pinpoint her in the forward 50. They've got certainly a bit more space than they did in the first half.
Brown starts it right, brings it back and kicks the goal. So it's a 1 point ball game here at Flinders University Stadium, Noarlunga. That goal to Brown. The Panthers fourth. They go to 4 goals, 7. 31. They trail North 5-2, 32, 4 gone final quarter.
Well, they've done it the hard way, given themselves a 4-goal, I guess, lead to try and catch up on after that first quarter, but South are coming home strong.
So back in the middle, Oldswager and McKinnon knocked down there by Tynan. North now, no, they got the work ahead of them. They lead, one stage was out in excess of 4 goals, has been cut down to just the 1 point. Von Berta got the handball out, Tynan to Oldswager. Pressure on the Roosters. They have to manufacture a scoring opportunity from somewhere. But it's not going to happen as Munyard picks the ball and she's away and running. Munyard, long kick inside 50. Tahu got into her opponent's back and Eichner will get the free kick for the Roosters. And a 25-metre penalty. Good enthusiasm from Tahu on that occasion, Rachel, but just probably a little bit too much in shoving Eichner in the back there.
Yeah, you don't want to give away any 25-metre penalties, that's for sure.
There's a chance now for the Roosters as they break away along that outer wing through the player in Tansel. They work it towards half forward. That's the stumbling block there for South, but they maintain possession, North Adelaide. Kick towards half forward. Chance for Campbell to rebound. As Norwood have won at the ex-convenience stadium there at Elizabeth. Big win over the Eagles. With that final score in a moment as Campbell's kick towards half forward. Ward trying hard to get the ball out of that defensive zone, but the tackling very good from the Panthers at the moment. And there'll be a ball up half forward left for South. They've kicked the only goal of this final quarter. They brought the margin down to just the 1 point. From the restart, Munyard again, head over the footy, couldn't get there. Campbell knocked it out. Quick kick from Gallio, back towards the wing, taken nicely by Von Berto. She kicks the ball towards half forward for North, trapping it nicely. Sampson, a good goal in the first quarter. Sampson now kicks it inside 50, bouncing ball. Hammond did well for the Panthers. Goes back looking for Radbone, skittled through her. Chance for the Roosters. A good second effort by Radbone with the tackle. Houston hurried kick towards half back for South. North have the numbers though. Chain of handballs ends with Von Berto. She kicks a high ball back inside 50. South strong, resolute, knocking the ball down. Umpires found a free here though, pushing the back. That's going the way of Castle. They're really careful here. Don't want to give away a 25, but Castle has it. About 30 out straight in front. And this is a much needed steadier if she's good enough to kick it, Rachel.
Yeah, North they've lifted their intensity in the last 5 minutes. They've just been slowly edging that ball forward, and now they've got a shot directly in front.
So against the flow, Christy Castle to settle the nerves of the North Adelaide girls if she's successful. Goes at it with the right boot and nails it. They needed that to say the least, North Adelaide. Castle gets her first, and North Adelaide back out to a 7-point lead. And once again, the gauntlet thrown down to the Panthers to respond, Rachel.
Yeah, well, this game's been pretty interesting. I certainly wouldn't have picked it after the first quarter. But yeah, North they're hanging in there.
Well, it's hard to, we both tipped South at the start of the game. I think North's dominant performance throughout so I was thinking they probably would get the win. It's really hard to pick it from here. As McKinnon won it down in the ruck. Munyard head over the ball. Threw it back in the McKinnon direction. Now a chance for Munyard again. Bangs it on the right boot. South back towards half forward. They trail by 7 points. Here's a chance for Charlton. Kirk knocked it on. Bouncing football. Walker Murphy had it, lost it. Handball came out. Players piling in. Umpires found a free kick deep in defence for the Roosters. 8 minutes of play remaining.
There's been some really heavy tackles this game. It's good to see.
Well, Gore had a beauty early on in the contest. There have been some good ones throughout as North Adelaide go out towards that outer wing with the long kick on this occasion. McKinnon up again for South, couldn't bring down the grab. Ball close to the line. And in the end find its way over. Anybody's contest here at Noarlunga. And South Adelaide have come home with a rush. After trailing by 21 points at halftime, it's 7 points midway through this final term. Kick comes towards Kavoris for the Panthers. It was knocked away from her. Howson, high kick back inside 50. Bouncing football. And a lob it about half forward. Kavoris charging after it. Opens the door there for Allen for North Adelaide. Chance to clear, only momentarily. Clark got the handball out. Should I say Wright got the handball out, didn't go far. Castle kicked the last goal for North, a good diving mark. So a chance now for North to push forward through Christy Castle. She milks some seconds, of course, 17-minute flat quarters. Kick from Castle to half forward, off hands. Kavoris got it up to Howson. She chips short and finds Hammond. The Panthers now with some movement at half back. Duffy couldn't quite take it. Good recovery though, good tackle on the North Adelaide opponent. And it earns Duffy a free kick a defensive 50 for the Panthers. You mentioned the tackles there, Rachel. There was another fine example.
Yeah, look, if she didn't lay that one, I think the opposition would have definitely been away with it. And there's a pretty big open goal square.
South through McKinnon, trying to get the handball out towards Munyard. Munyard knocking it on. Just trying to carve through those long metres on that outer wing. Diving in there, Godding couldn't take it cleanly. But the Panthers will go forward up towards their 50. Ground level, quick little kick out of there from Bennett. Bouncing football. Can they trap at the Panthers? I think they may have earned themselves a free here. They have, and within scoring range. It's going to be Walker Murphy, who has won tonight already for South Adelaide. She's a chance. Tough angle. Distance shouldn't be a problem. If she's successful, she brings it back to 1 point. She just pushes it away to the left, though. Through for a behind. So it's a 6-point ball game. A 6-point ball game here at Noarlunga Oval. 4:8:32 plays, 6:2:38, 12 gone in this final quarter. Ward brings it back in for North. High kick out towards half-back. Zaberski got up at the back there. Campbell trapped it, knocked away. And the boundary throw-in will result.
Well, we're yet to see a draw this season, but this game's looking pretty close.
Well, we need another straight kick from the Panthers. And that'll be exactly what may occur. As Reynolds tries to break free for North Adelaide. Got a handball to Eichner. Free kick's going to come back here, though, the Panthers' way. And to Charlton. She's a goalkeeper, but she's a long way from home. She pops it up, looking for the player on the lead. Lugg got in the way for North. Ball jarred out. North trying to kick it off the ground, trying to get it out of there through Nuns. Ricocheted back in the end to Gore, who snapped right to the goal line. Has been, I think, marked down there by Tynan or rushed through. So it's a 5-point ball game now in favour of North Adelaide. They're grimly hanging in there. And, well, I thought that might have had enough legs on it to go the whole way, but didn't quite get there in the end.
Probably needed a shepherd through.
As Page and Kavoris fly for the ball. Beats them both out of bounds. Started to get a bit cool here at Noarlunga. Started out fairly warm, sort of an evening, but as it's got dark, started to cool down a little bit as the umpires converse over whether it was out of bounds or touched. Was it out of bounds? It was in the end. Not off the final, not final possession, just normally touched off the boot out of play. Play continues. And South continue to surge. Gore's kick smothered. Hammond got the handball out. At the back to Reynolds. Her kick was smothered. Picked up and banged on the boot by Von Berto. Good clearing kick. Gonna pick it up there unsuccessfully. North Adelaide play as they knock it towards 50. Quick kick comes back inside. Hammond traps it nicely. And South Adelaide, a chance to go again. The kick out towards Brockhurst at half-back. We've got 2.5 minutes remaining. Peel for holding the ball at half-back there for South Adelaide, and they win it as Duffy kicks down the wing. 2.5 minutes to go. North clinging on to their 5-point lead. Banging on the boot was right for the Panthers, didn't go far. Kavoris grabs the loose ball. They go forward again, the Panthers, towards their half-forward line, but North again standing strong.
It's been a really even contest through the middle of the ground. It's kind of almost even possession for both teams.
Davies got a handball out. Umpires found a free going the way of the Roosters. And they'll just try and settle things down. They've got just under 90 seconds to go as the Panthers with the kick-off half-back bouncing football towards the wing. Munyard's trapped it. Gets away onto that right boot. Nice kick. Finds Charlton at half-forward. Here goes South Adelaide. Charlton's kick inside 50. Off hands. Walker Murphy crumbed it nicely. Kicked it back and coming through and marking is Campbell. Campbell has taken the mark. 25 out, straight in front.
Could be a kick on the siren.
It could be. We have 35 seconds to go. 5 points North Adelaide lead by. Are the Panthers going to steal it on the siren? Nicole Campbell taking her time. Woman on the mark, should I say, Oldswager, about 25-30 out. Campbell to win the game for the Panthers has kicked it. She's kicked it, Nicole Campbell, and South Adelaide have pinched it from the Roosters in the most dramatic of fashion. And well may these South Adelaide fans cheer. They have pulled off, well, they came into the game a favourite, but the way North really dominated them for most of the night, they put off a bit of an upset in the end, the Panthers. They've managed to get home by the barest possible margin. South 5-9-39, North 6-2-38. The mark and goal there to Nicole Campbell in the final 35 seconds of the game. And South Adelaide have pinched this one. They've won ugly, as they say, but that's what the good sides do. A magnificent performance, Rachel Killian from South. They never said die, even when they were trailing by almost 5 goals there at one stage in the second quarter. They kept fighting, kept working hard, and they have won here by 1 point.
Yeah, look, that having a shot on the siren is probably what every player wants to do in their life, and if they can kick it through, then you're pretty happy. So yeah, the girls they looked ecstatic with that win. You know, they really looked certainly strong after half time, and they really brought that one home.
Well, well done to South Adelaide. We'll go through some of the team player stats. Firstly, South Adelaide, Nikki Gore, 24 touches, Kavora, 17, Munyard and 16, McKinnon, 15, 14 to the goal kicker there, the winning goal kicker, Campbell, and 14 to Charlton, 13 to Hammond, 12 to Howson. And then for North Adelaide, Ellis, Lugg, Ward, all 15, Von Berto, 14, Tynan, 12, Daniel, 11, Nuns, 9, Allen and Tansel, 8 apiece. We just repeat the final score. It's a win to South Adelaide in unlikely circumstances after they trailed by 21 points at half-time. Trailed at every change, 25 points at quarter-time, 21 points at half-time, 8 points at three-quarter time. They get up and win by a point. The only time they led was in the final 20 seconds of the game when Campbell kicked that goal. It's the only time South led all evening. So, repeating that final score, South 5-9-39, North 6-2-38. All single goal scorers for South. Brown, Campbell, Kirk, Tahu, Walker, Murphy kicked their 5, while for North, Baltrop 2, Castle, Davies, Nuns and Sampson for North Adelaide. 57% possession to South to 43 for the Roosters. In the end, that told a story for most of the night, though, Rachel. It looked like South would probably dominate possession-wise, but not win the game.
Yeah, look, Nikki Gore, Xenia Kavoris and Hannah Munyard, they were the heart and soul of this game. They were really strong in the midfield and showed off a fair bit of pace, and they really pushed that ball forward. And really, it didn't look like South were going to concede too many goals after half-time. So, yeah, it was a great team effort, I think, from South Adelaide tonight, and they'll be really thrilled with that win.
That is an amazing stat. They only led once, and that was with that goal to Campbell after the siren, or not after, it was right on the siren, really. Kicked with probably about 15, 20 seconds to go. So, heartbreak for the Roosters as they have gathered as a group just in front of the change rooms here on the club room wing side. South out thanking their supporters, gone down to the southern end. But it's tough as a player, Rachel, those games. They're great when you're on the winning side. South, absolutely ecstatic and deservingly so. But for North, just utter disappointment. When you put in the 4 quarters, the work you do, not a lot wrong, but in the end, you lose it in the dying seconds. That's no worse a way to lose a game of football.
Yeah, look, I think North Adelaide will be really disappointed with that finish. Obviously, that could have put them in the top 4. You know, they'll probably have a good look at this game and see where things went wrong. But, you know, like we said, they had a really great start that first quarter. If they could play all of their games and, you know, hold that out for the rest of the game, they really do stand a chance against these top sides.
So just repeating the final score there, 5-9-39 South, North 6-2-38. 57% of possession to 43 in favour of South. At 126 kicks to 121, should I say, the Panthers. 98-50 in terms of the handballs. 32-17 in terms of the marks. 61 tackles to 53. North led the way there. South hit outs 28-16. McKinnon was very good for them in that regard in the ruck. Inside 50s, 36-12 in favour of South. Rebound 50s. North had a lot more there, 31-6, but those inside 50s, 36-12 in favour of South. They only hit the front in the dying stages as the Panthers leave the field to a big cheer, and deservedly so, from their fans. But a great performance from the Panthers to fight it out. Talk about showing kids playing the game, how important it is to play the full 4 quarters of footy, as we see they join Norwood, who defeated earlier in the night the Eagles by 28 points as winners in round 4 of the SANFLW statewide Super League. Still 2 games to complete there with Western, Glenelg and Central and Sturt to finish off round 4. But it's been a very entertaining night here, and congratulations again to South, but real commiseration to Matt Slade in North Adelaide. And I guess, Rachel, Matt Slade, coach of the Roosters, what would he be saying now to the players in a real attempt to just try and keep their heads up after that disappointment?